what we needed to do was we needed to begin to start standing up. And I think by nobody's fault, everybody was looking for direction. And so we just decided, hey, we're going to take charge. There was 3 objectives. One was health and safety, the other one was security, and the other one was needs. So once we were able to identify those things, it gave us a starting point on how we're going to move forward to begin to organize. And what I felt was, because of the devastation, it's really important for us to come together. So 5 o'clock, when everybody comes down for their meeting, we're feeding them. We want them to hang and talk stories, share, build a community, build a family once again. And so slowly we're making progress. More and more people are showing up, and what we're doing is we're not holding back. At that meeting at 5 o'clock, we put out all the generators, we put out whatever they need, and they come and they ask, I need this, I need this, I need this. And whatever is here, you take for your family. Because what I've seen in the past is people start hoarding and taking stuff. And so when we have the conversation as a family, as a community right here, we bring up those hard questions so that when they come, they're coming with the right frame of mind to grab a generator. I'm no longer taking this because I already have one. I'm taking this because I don't have one. So we're trying to assist with what we're learning here and assist those other pods to get them organized and online. And so that's the goal right now. And once we can do that, then I think we can help our EOC be more effective by getting the information, what's happening in ground zero, so that we can begin to get the right resources and hold back the resources that are not needed at this time. Right now we're operating short term. What we truly have to think about is long term. What I'm trying to say is we don't want the people to leave. That's what I'm trying to say. I give up. We cannot have the people of Lahaina quit. What we don't want to happen is big land grabbers come in and take this land away from these people. We need to, this is beyond any disaster. This is probably, to date, in the history of the United States, this is the biggest disaster that has ever happened for Hawaii, for sure. But the amount of, when you think about a community and more than half the community is gone, people are already talking about relocating, moving, because they have nothing to come back to. So we have to come up with a system, a governmental system that's going to give them the big breaks and the help to encourage them or give them the hope that I can get back on my land. Maybe by the grace of God and the protectors of Lahaina, this place was saved. And what I've 9 generations from Lahaina. And I can tell you right now, before this happened, actual families that was here from 5 generations back, you could almost count in one hand. And we need to make sure that we do the best that we can for the ones that were still here, even though they're displaced, that we can put them back. We need to work really, really hard at that. And the other thing in regards to long term, the great opportunities we're going to have because of this, because everything's gone, is how do we rebuild this community? What kind of values will be put in place that is going to allow this community, because there's a lot of history here. There is a lot of cultural significance to this place. So it goes back to values. When we rebuild this place, we need to take a hard look, because we have the opportunity. We're starting from ground zero. How we're going to rebuild this? We need to understand the uniqueness of Hawaii and what that means, and take that to heart when we rebuild this place. To preserve. What's going to happen? What's going to happen is, right now, everybody's operating out of emotion. All of this stuff that we're receiving is coming to us by emotion because of what they're seeing. I'm not saying this will happen, but a month from now, this is all going to disappear.
Yep.
And we're going to be standing here by ourselves. Where do we go? What do we do? We're not getting the help. This is still going to be here.
Yep.
So we need some kind of guarantee. We need some kind of guarantee that this is going to be stood up again. And the other thing is, Lahaina will not be ready for tourists for at least a year and a half. That, what I'm listening to, that all the pieces of the community that are still here is saying, don't allow the tourists to come. We're not ready for them. We need to rebuild ourselves first before we can allow that to happen. That's one of the difficult things about Hawaii's economy, is our economy is so driven by the industry of tourism. We have to straddle the fence. So the rest of Hawaii that doesn't have this problem needs to carry the load. I may not have the right to say this, but I have the right to express this. And I'm expressing not only what I'm saying, but other leaders in the community. We're having this discussion. So those are hard questions, because they play a big part of our economy. So those are some of our challenges. Yeah, thank you, Kai. Thank you, Tosi.
Thank you for sharing. It's you know, for those of us who aren't from here, that's really the desire, is our heart is with you, and wanting to be helpful, wanting to be supportive, but also being respectful in not coming in and imposing anything, thinking that, hey, you know, we know what you need, and maybe it's not. And making sure that we fulfill our responsibility in making sure that this doesn't disappear, whether it's in a week or 2 or a month, once the headlines move on.
Yes, exactly.
That all of the outpouring, as you said, the emotion, the outpouring of support that's coming, that, you know, we do what we can to keep people's attention focused on what they love about Hawaii and what we love about Hawaii.
Yes, exactly.
And not allowing that to be lost for any reason at all.
Yeah, for sure. We just got to help build the trust of the community that we got their back on this one, and then that way it gives them hope that they can do it.
Yep.
Yeah. Love you guys. Love you, my dear.
We're here for you.
Yeah. Awesome.
Through it all. Okay.